What if I told you you could master a couple basic rules and some fundamental techniques to increase your closing rate and close more deals? That's what we're going to cover today on Sales is Easy. My name's Devin Gall. I'm your friend and mentor in business, marketing, and sales, and I'm the best that ever presented this information. Let's get started. This is called the rules of closing. We'll start over here with the rules and then we'll move over to the types of closes. First one is confidence is key. The best way I've ever heard it put is that sales is the transference of certainty. That's all it is. You're certain, the customer's certain. You got to be confident if you're going to be certain. So you have to believe in what you're doing. Be confident. After you're closing the deal, you have to stop talking. We talked about this a little bit on the last video, but you need to wait. You need to let them think. Let them spend 45 seconds, let them spend a minute, let them spend 2 minutes thinking about if they're going to do it or if they got another objection. Okay? If you start doing the main issue that most newbies do here is they ask for the business and say, hey, it's super easy, we'll get you started. And then they start trying to sell the deal some more and some more, right? So ask for the business and then wait for the response. Stop selling after you close the deal. Once you get them, I've seen this happen before. I've done it myself when I was real new. After the deal's closed, after you get it signed, after you got the contract, you don't have to keep selling. I know you're in sales mode, but you don't have to keep selling. You got to turn that off. You got to be the expert and shut that off right away. This is just thank you for your business time. Come back and let me know how it goes or whatever. You know, here's my contact info. Let me know if you have any additional questions, but stop selling. Stop trying to juice up the deal after the contract's signed, because now the customer's going to start second guessing themselves, like, why is this person still selling me the deal even though I've already signed up for it? It's going to make them think that you don't believe in it. It's going to make them think that you're trying to get one over on them. So you just stop selling after you actually close the deal and get the signature. 3 golden rules of sales here. Everyone wants to buy. No one wants to be sold. Think about yourself. When you walk into a store, you want to get something. Do you want the salesperson to come up to you? You want to buy something. You don't want to be like bamboozled into it though. No one wants to miss out, right? So everyone wants to buy, no one wants to be sold, and no one wants to miss out on the deal. Enthusiasm sells. That's the reality. If logic sold, I would have had a lot more deals in the beginning of my career. Logic doesn't sell, all right? People make decisions based on emotions and then they justify it with logic, not the other way around. So when you're enthusiastic, this goes back to confidence and certainty. When you're enthusiastic, you're portraying that you're certain about something, because you wouldn't be enthusiastic about it if you weren't actually enthusiastic about it, right? You wouldn't be enthusiastic about it unless you were absolutely certain about it, is what I mean. Kiss, don't kill. We covered this in the basics of sales, the basic terminology. Keep it short and simple. Don't keep it long and lengthy. Don't over-explain. Don't information dump. Don't be an information booth. Don't give them every single detail, all the technical analysis about their question. Every single part of the presentation needs to be short and simple, concise, to the point. They got a question, keep that short and simple. Answer the question. Don't evade the question. Answer the question, but keep it short, keep it simple. Build curiosity and impulse. Again, this goes into the emotion purchase, right? They have to be in an elevated state. Not 99% of them need to be in an elevated state. 1% of person's just going to be like, okay, let's do it. But you need to have curiosity and impulse to get them into a heightened emotional state so that they make the purchase, and then later on they'll justify it with logic. How do you build it? Curiosity and impulse? Well, it's easy. Use enthusiasm. Use confidence. Use pain. Use the customer's pain. Use their hot spots that you discovered during the discovery phase of the presentation. You've found out all the things they like. You found out all the things that they wish was better. That you found out all the things that they love right now. And now you're product or service is matching or exceeding those things, and you're hitting on those points that they care about. You're talking about what they care about. You're not talking about every single detail, the 20 features of your little thing that you're selling. You're talking about the specific things that they care about and just focusing on those. No one wants to be the first. No one wants to be the experimental guinea pig, okay? So what does this mean? It means testimonials, talking about other people that have already had success, right? No one wants to be the very first person to try something out or be sold something. They want to know other people are doing it and other people are excited about it and other people are loving it, right? So no one wants to be the guinea pig. Now we're going to talk about the types of closes. Let me ask you a quick question. It's kind of a dumb question, but let me ask it anyways. If I said, pay me $10,000 right now, cash or credit, and I will give you 1 Bitcoin every single year for the rest of your life, would you take that deal? Could you find the money to take that deal? Could you scrounge it up and make that happen? All right, I'm offering something very similar to that deal right there. It's kind of a silly analogy, but what I've created is the course for all the sales and marketing knowledge that I've had over the last 14 years and that I've helped develop multiple people. A lot of them are just kids. They're like 20-something, early 20-year-olds, and took them off the streets, got them into sales. They never did sales before, and they started earning 6 figures their first year, their second year, their third year, and still earning 6 figures right now. But I'm not selling my course for $10,000. I'm selling my course right now for $2,000. Check out the link below. If this is something that you want to do, you want to invest in yourself, you want to take advantage of your actual potential and make the money that you deserve. All right, the types of closes. First is the hard close. This is not the Hollywood thing. This is just the basics. This is asking for the business. And I don't mean asking for the business as in like, do you want to sign up? But I mean in the sense of directly asking for the business with a command statement, something along the lines of, it's easy, it's simple, let's get you started. All I need is your name, email, phone, and address. We'll get you set up. Directly asking for the business. Soft closing. This is the assumptive close, all right? Assumptive or either or close, it's called. So we could actually come out this Thursday or next Friday. Which one works better for you? We do mornings or afternoons for installation. Which one works better for you? When are you and your wife both going to be home? We could do 5 o'clock tonight or we could do 5 o'clock on Saturday. Which one's better? It's a assumptive, soft close. The idea is that you are already sold the deal. That's what you're portraying into the customer's head. The deal's already sold. And now we're just getting the formalities out of the way and just do some paperwork, right? That's what you want to do with a soft close. Takeaway close. This is creating exclusivity. You take it away in the sense of like, not everybody out here can get it, which is true for all the things that I've ever sold. Not everybody is a good fit and not everybody's qualified for this. So you take it away, you make them feel special, you create exclusivity by taking it away and saying it's not for everybody. Not everyone is going to be able to get this. Fear of loss. All right, this is like the gray area here. There's 2 ways to go about fear of loss. There's the right way, the honest way, and then there's kind of like the dark side here. So be honest. That's my number one thing here. I've worked in sales for a long time. I've seen a lot of people use fear of loss in the dishonest way. But be honest, be transparent, and fear of loss is fine to use. When you start being dishonest and telling people, hey, this deal's only good for this weekend, unless the deal actually ends this weekend, don't say that kind of stuff. All right, you can close deals like that, but you're not going to build a great reputation. All right, And if you have any kind of soul, you're not going to be able to sleep at night. So just be honest. Now, if the deal is ending at the end of July, tell every single customer that this deal ends in July. That's honest. That's fine. It's outside of your control. Corporate controls that deal when that deal ends. So just be honest about when the deal ends. But you're creating urgency by letting them know, and that goes into the next close here. But that's one way to create urgency, is through fear of loss. By, hey, I don't want you to miss out. Hey, there's other people that are doing it right now because there's this awesome deal going on right now. Urgency, you can create this through fear of loss, but urgency closing is more of like your energy throughout the entire presentation. It's how are you portraying like the deal and yourself, and just like the energy that they're feeling, that energy of urgency. And is your time important, or are you making their time more important? If your time's more important, then they have a sense of urgency. Like, hey, I'm just here to show you the numbers. If it doesn't make sense, have a great day. That's creating urgency, right? But if you're like, okay, yeah, you can think about it, sure, no, okay, whatever, you're the boss, you're the customer, you can take as much time as you need. That's not creating urgency. That's the opposite of urgency. Greed, this is the Jones effect, okay? This kind of goes back into the guinea pig thing, but greed closing is all that means. It just means that other people are doing it. There's other people that are taking advantage. They're getting the better setup. They're getting the better product or service, and perhaps they're paying even less because they're getting it through you. No one wants to miss out, remember. So use the greed effect here, the Jones effect and the greed effect, because this is human nature. If they see something or if you even see something, if I see something that's freaking awesome, and there's other people are buying it, right? Think about like Black Friday, or when like there's only so many of one item, right? Now all of a sudden, like 100 times as many people as the item that exists want that item. Why? Because other people want it. Why? Because other people are getting it. That's the Jones effect. And then indifference, the best way to explain this is just don't care. You don't care. They sign up, they don't sign up, you don't care. You got other people to talk to. Indifference is the opposite of desperation. This is key for sales, because when you're totally indifferent, then they don't feel like you're being pushy. Then they don't feel like you're trying to be a slime ball and trying to use tricks and trying to bamboozle them into some kind of deal that they don't need. When you're indifferent, you're just like, hey, you're like more like a consultant, right? You're like, I'm just here to show you the options, show you the numbers, show you the setup. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, hey, great to meet you, have a great day. And then when you do that, it short circuits the prospect, because remember, people have all these sales barriers up, myself included, yourself included, because we're always constantly bombarded with advertisements, and we're always constantly bombarded by salespeople, right? Whenever we go out to like the mall, or we go out to the shop or something, or like commercials are everywhere, right? But now you're setting yourself apart. You're not that commercial of like trying to push something on someone that they don't want, right? If it makes sense, if this is a good fit, I will help you get set up. If it's not a good fit, hey, that's cool too. That's indifference. And indifference is going to take you a long way. For me, this is how I got promoted. It was just I really didn't care if they signed up or not. I got really good at just not caring. In the beginning, I cared because I was new and I didn't know what was going on. I saw other people making numbers and I wanted to make numbers. But the less I cared, the more numbers I got. The more I cared, the less numbers I got. So get really good at being indifferent. I appreciate you guys all coming down. Make sure to check out our Facebook community. And again, check out the links below. Have a great day.